in here. And just to let everyone know, this is an exhibition game, still preseason. The first real game for Kentucky this year will be versus Duke, obviously. Big game. I am technically filling in. We're technically filling in for Jake, who's usually here. The fans that are usually here obviously know. He's not going to be here tonight. He actually will be here in the second half.
Right.
But we are going to go through and we're going to try to announce, have our live reactions to the game until he gets here. But Kentucky is playing a school that is well known for us. If you want to go into that.
Yes. What's up, BBN? Like Kenny said, glad to fill in here for Jake until he gets here. He should be here by halftime, so we will cover until then, and he'll take you home from there. Excited for this year. You know, this last year, the COVID year, whatever, kind of forgotten. We were very below average, way below average for us. You know, Kentucky's built in a certain way. It's got a historic program, great program. They're expected to win and advance in the tournaments and win championships, period. So always support the Big Blue, love them. But hopefully with the roster we have coming back, the additions we've had, we're going to have a good year this year. These exhibition games, just relax and enjoy. And it's getting us ready for, like Kenny said, the tip-off against Duke next Tuesday. Or November 9th, whenever that may be. I don't know if it's next Tuesday or the following Tuesday, but definitely looking forward to it. And like Kenny said, this exhibition tonight actually hits home for us as far as our family. My father, his grandpa, who is now passed, he played basketball for Kentucky Wesleyan back in the day. That probably would have been in the 60s sometime. But he was, you know, a guard for Kentucky Wesleyan. Played there a couple years and had some claims to fame. He did have a 20-point game a couple times. He guarded, for people that really know the past, a guy named Walt Frazier. Really, I think he went on to the NBA. Played for another team. My dad got to guard him, and I think Walt hit him up for 20-some points, respectively. But that was one of his claims to fame. But definitely looking forward to getting this season started here tonight. I'm glad to be here. Glad you guys are here. And like I said, we'll do the best we can to get this started and watch some Kentucky basketball.
Yeah, I just want to shout out to people in the chat real quick. They just gave the starting lineup. The game's about to start. But Mountain Warriors is in the chat. Horror Guy, who is JoJo, a new account. So I'll try to remember that. Slippy, Big Blue Nation, definitely. The tip-off, Kentucky just won the tip-off. And Horror Guy said we were going to go eat some pizza. See you later. Okay, we'll come back soon. So the starting five, I wasn't able to say, but and it's gonna be a big struggle to remember the players' names. This is still a preseason, but it looks like the ball's down to Shibwe on the bottom.
The big boy.
Yep, I know his name for sure, and it looks like corner three is good. Let me see here. I had the starting lineup. I believe that was Brooks. Brooks is actually in the starting lineup. Wow. I thought that was Brooks.
Good start to the season. 1 for 1, and we definitely have to be better from 3 land this year, along with a lot of other things. So hopefully that will continue.
Yeah, big 3 from Brooks. I did not think Brooks was in the lineup, or the starting lineup. No. Oh, steal by Brooks. 2, I believe. Goodness, and a slam dunk.
One-handed. Hopefully you guys are getting to see this where you are.
5-0 Kentucky with just 1 minute into the game. Now 2 big plays by Brooks.
Just adding in, Kenny's going to keep up on the names best he can. We're going to be learning these as well as everybody else. Got some more familiar faces back this year, which helps. But the one constants are wearing blue and white.
Goodness.
This is Kentucky basketball.
Almost another steal.
Kentucky Wesleyan up, no good. Kenny, I'm going to let you announce, but just letting them know we obviously are much better size-wise, all the different physical categories you can imagine.
So we just turned it over. Missed shot by Wesleyan. How do you say it, right?
Yeah, for what it's worth, it's an exhibition game, but expect Kentucky to dominate this.
Yeah, that's why the announcing here, normally for real Kentucky games, or at least the real season, we'd be announcing more accurately. Another 3 from Brooks from the corner.
No good.
Is no good. Gets passed out. Is getting brought up by Kentucky Wesleyan right now. And the next timeout or stop ball, I will go over the starting 5 because I took a picture of it and we weren't able to talk about it when it happened. But they have it out. the corner out to the wing. 3 for them is no good. And rebounded, thrown up the court.
Here comes a hump.
For another slam dunk, 7-0 Kentucky. But obviously, this is still preseason. I've said that a million times.
Getting started here. It does look like we have obviously knowing we have a deeper bench this year, deeper quality bench. So I look for a lot of guys to play.
Well, we got a lot of people on the bench right now that I would have thought would be starting. But maybe the start of the real season.
Well,
maybe
he's doing what he should. Guys who practice hard, do well in practice will, get a start. And like I said, in a very meaningless game here.
3 by
Wesleyan.
Wesleyan.
For 3.
Wesleyan is good. Number 2 for their team. Don't know who that is. And of course, so Brooks drives in, passes it out. 3 the top of from the corner from 31. Who's Kellen Grady.
Steal.
Stolen by Ty Washington.
All right,
Passed off.
We're chucking missed 3.
Another missed 3.
We're chucking a lot of 3s. I hope we're better at them this year, but we obviously have some talent to work inside. We got a monster inside that they should be posting up. And we have not really done that yet.
Yeah, no, I would really like to see us passing down to Shibwe. He could be Zion or Zion 2.0. 3 by Kentucky Wesleyan is rebounded by Shibwe. I said that name wrong. 3 by Brooks, the top of the key is good. So 10-3 Kentucky. 10-3, and Brooks has, I believe, 7 points. 7 of our 10 points.
Again,
if that's right.
For the future, the Kentucky definitely just, to me, it's hustle, play hard, play defense, and play off your defense. Lay up by Wesleyan.
Wesleyan goes in for 3, or for a 2, makes it. Another 3 by Brooks at the top of the key is no good. Over the back on Shibwe.
First TV timeout.
I'm telling you right now, I really want to see us pass it down to him. He's a freaking monster down there.
There's Mick's out there listening. That's one thing that he's always harped on. He's right. Kentucky, for what it's worth, they're always very athletic. They're very talented. But to play the game of basketball is a different story, and we've had some good ones. But that's what they have to buy into is the team concept. We've got to be able to, like I said, play off the defense, hustle, play hard, and then offensively, you want to put it in the basket. You want to knock down some 3s, but you really do have to work inside to get that defense to, cave in, and then you can get it back out for some more open shots. And we have an absolute monster under the basket right now that they should be posting up, especially against a team that they have no chance to handle him inside.
Yeah, so to address some comments here before we go into the starting 5, let me see here. Someone said, please record the game. Unfortunately, we can't, or else we will get strike down. So, yeah, I know. You're trying to watch too, I understand. It's on SEC Network. I don't know where else you can watch it. It's where we're trying to get live updates, but if you film it, it's going to get taken down. Let's Talk Kentucky Sports said Wheeler, Washington, Grady, Brooks, Shibwe starters. Yep, thank you for saying that. We're about to go over that, actually. Then Markman, what's going on, said any update on CJ Frederick. I don't know.
Jake may have that information.
Yeah, Jake probably has. He's probably the one who's I know he's more well informed than me on all the Kentucky news. See if he can update that at halftime. My name used to be Big Casino. What's going on? Sorry, these are flying by way too fast. Let's Talk Kentucky Sports said my account name used to be Dylan Riddle, but I changed it to this. Okay, I'll try to remember that. That will be difficult to remember, but hopefully I'll get used to it. Oscar has a hip injury. He will be limited tonight by Mikey Pollitt. So I did not know that. That's interesting. But yeah, why don't we go into the starting 5. I took a picture of it here. The starting 5 is, I don't know how to say his name. But number 2, Wheeler, Ty Washington, Keon Brooks, Kellen Grady, and Oscar Shibwe is the starting 5. It might have changed. We might have subbed him out here. But it's an interesting starting 5. Only 2 of these I agree with being the starting 5, Shibwe and Brooks. I've seen so much of Shibwe. But the other 3, I have no idea what they can do because I have only seen the Big Blue Madness.
A lot of talent.
But it's 5-10. Kentucky is up.
Looks like you got a few new guys in here now.
We are 3 for 5 from the field. Kentucky Wesleyan is 2 for 6.
We're worse than 3 for 5.
That's true. We do have some new guys in here. If Sheboy has a hip injury, I'm surprised he started, but he's still in. Sheboy's still in, so I really hope we get him a good look. Yeah, we have all new players in. I'm pretty sure. There's if Ty still in.
Took the big man out.
No, Sheboy's still in.
Okay, good.
Oh, batted down.
Major block for a 3, and he's going to now chuck his own 3 and missed.
Rebound,
which we should dominate, put back in good.
Sheboy just, it looks like no one can guard him out there.
Yeah, it honestly,
gave him a look yet.
It's early in the year, a lot to be improve on and get better with. But Kentucky should be able to press this team into oblivion and out rebound them at will.
A 2-pointer by Kentucky Wesleyan, and it's 7-12. Kentucky's bringing it down. Pass it off. Pass it around the top right now. Wheeler has it. Passes it off to Ty Washington. This is a learning stream for me, trying to get everyone's names. Out to the corner for a 3 is missed, but rebounded by Sheboy. And he goes up with it, hook shot, misses, wow. He gets fouled.
Man, I'll tell you, 3 for 5 from the field, that's surprising because it seems like we've chalked up 10 threes already.
We've had to have missed more than that. Wow, there's a block by 4, who I do not know his name, Collins. And that's definitely a key or a takeaway right now from this beginning. His defense has been pretty good. Obviously, it'll be a little different against the top team.
First free throw here. Let's see because this guy is probably going to go to the line a lot. He knocks it down well. He will probably get a lot of free throw opportunities this year.
Yeah, Sheboy at the line makes his first one. It's 13-7 Kentucky. I'll try to keep Kentucky's number first. And 13-7. Sheboy at the line for another one. First free throw looked good. And yeah, we need the big men to be able to knock down free throws.
Boom.
Second one goes right in. Very fluid. I mean,
yeah, it's smooth.
For a big man, it's really crucial.
Holy cow.
Is it vertical?
He just Collins, they just showed him at Pro Day. I'm sure some of you guys know this. He out-jumped the vertical thing you're supposed to tip. So he actually went above.
What was that?
That's way up there. I'm not sure exactly what. But
didn't, what's his name? Gallo have the record for that?
He might have.
All right, so Kentucky Wesleyan dribbling it down the court. It is still 14-7 Kentucky. Passed out to the side. We got 14 minutes to go in the first half.
Oh.
Dribbling into the middle, kind of jukes, goes up, blocked by someone down there. Ware might have blocked that.
The one place Wesleyan would struggle the most would be under the basket with our size.
And Ware and Mintz is in the game now.
Mintz just missed a 3.
And Mintz just missed a 3.
But I will say, Kentucky Wesleyan will be scrappy, I'm sure. They got a lot of hard-working guys. They'll play team basketball, so they're having some fun here tonight.
Missed by Kentucky Wesleyan.
The UK talent alone.
Dribbled around by Ware. Passes it out to Ty.
Oh, nice
dribbling to Ware for a slam dunk.
That was a nice give and go.
Just trying to let me switch off. So, yeah, let's switch off at the 10-minute mark.
No, I'll be calm.
So Kentucky Wesleyan has it outside. Pump fakes. Pass it out to the corner. Pass it outside the wing. Dribbling it around. 9 seconds on the shot clock. Dribbles in. Passes out to the corner, but there's a whistle.
Out of bounds.
And they were out of bounds. So 16-7 Kentucky. 13:28 to go in the first half. And Ware is getting into the action already. All right, that's not. We aren't sponsored. Okay, so there's a lot of comments here. Maybe not. Okay, let's talk Kentucky sports. Said Mintz didn't come back just to be a backup. No doubt. Oh wait, the game's actually started. Mintz drives in, passes out to Ty for a 3, and it's good. I believe that's Washington. Let me make sure.
No, but I will say this off that comment, Kenny, if I can. All these guys have to accept their roles. Whether you start or not, they're going to have to buy into each other and the team concept, which obviously was lacking last year. We were missing chemistry.
Yeah. So now it's 19-7 Kentucky with 12 to go. Kentucky Wesleyan's dribbling around. My voice is just not ready for this.
I don't know what's going on. Ice cream before the
I need a water.
Game here. So.
A 2-pointer by Kentucky Wesleyan makes it 19-9. Kentucky still up 10. Passes down to Ware really fast. Back out to Mintz for a 3. Misses.
Damn it.
Rebounded, and it's a foul on us. It is going to be Kentucky Wesleyan ball.
Mint's going to knock down a lot of threes this year. He's missed his first 2, but that's fine. They don't really matter today.
It's too early.
He will knock some down this year, and I think he's going to have a big year being a part of this team. And I believe, my prediction is this team's going to be good and have a good shot to win the SEC and maybe make a little bit of a run in the NCAA tournament.
Yeah, so Chris, we cannot show the game or else we'll get the video and stream taken down. Kentucky Wesleyan is dribbling in, almost steps out of bounds.
That was a walk.
Is passing around, almost lost it. Has the top of the key, 13 on the shot clock. Dribbles in out of control, passes it out, dribbles in, pump fake, shoots, misses.
That's
foul on Kentucky?
Yeah, I don't know about that one.
They got the rebound.
No,
Okay, foul on Kentucky Wesleyan. Someone said, who's on the court now? Kentucky, obviously, and Kentucky Wesleyan. And
it's 3 Kentucky Wesleyan fouls to Kentucky's none. Now wait a minute. We've been over the back twice.
I don't know. The fouls.
2 fouls.
Mintz drives in, passes out, and now crazy out of control drive.
That's all right. Penetrated up.
A little jump shot, misses. We go over the back. They don't call it. Kentucky Wesleyan ball, 19-9, and they are pushing it.
Yeah.
3 by them, deep, is no good. Rebounded by, I don't know my name chart here.
That guy looks. Whoa, nice dish. Hammer by
pass
Ware.
for a dunk. I looked down for 2 seconds. Ware gets another dunk, and Ware's someone that I thought did not play as much as I thought he should have last year. I think he played really good for the time he was in. I think he should have got a lot more playing time, but hopefully he can show it this year.
He tried hard,
because
he
didn't have much playing time. But I remember the little time he got in there, he was freaking playing. Now the only question mark I have right now is Toppin. I don't think I've seen Toppin on the court, have you?
No.
Oh, steal by Ty Washington, I believe. No, it's not. It's not Ty Washington.
Good. Walled him off.
It's Wheeler.
Wesleyan.
Steal by Wheeler in a layup. I'm really trying to get these names down. I did not study enough.
All right, for anybody out
Thought
there,
I'm taking enough people back.
family, we talked about Kentucky Wesleyan being my father's, these guys, my son's grandfather's team, and an old nickname they had for him because he had red hair. They called him Big Red. So
A little history on the school we're playing today.
For Barry K. Martin Sr., Kentucky Wesleyan guard. We actually have his jersey here. We probably should have that up.
So Mikey Pollitt just said Toppins is injured and not going to play tonight.
Hey, good
So I did not know about that. Thank you for letting me know. I figured there had been something.
Toppins is probably going to have a good year too. I mean, we got, like I said, for the first time in a couple years, we've got a lot more returning depth. And I mean, honestly, we're going to be deep. This team should be able to play. Cal usually likes to play anywhere from 6 to 8, 6 to 7 players. He gets in a rotation. This one might be a little deeper than that.
Yeah, Toppin was another player that we obviously had a lot of people on the team last year, and the year did not go well, as everyone knows. But Toppin had some of the best plays out of the year. He's a guy that I think still has a lot of time to grow, obviously, and can grow into a lot. I cannot talk in the stream. I need a water or something.
Why don't you get a water?
No, I'll get one.
Commercial break. Go get a water.
I'll get a water.
Go get a water.
I'll get one eventually. The Toppin is
Black Raspberry Chip. Is that
we're not sponsored by them either. But Toppin had a decent year. Had some of the best plays. One dunk where he out of bounds went up and slammed it, and was one of the most impressive plays of the year. So he's another player that I mean, he didn't play. He probably played just as much as Ware, to be honest. Because Sar and who was our other big man? Sar was taking up a lot of the time, obviously, and I was a big fan of him too. Didn't do as good as he probably should have. But here we go with the SEC preseason poll. Kentucky's at 10, Alabama's 14, Arkansas 16, Tennessee's 18. And then Auburn is 22.
Coming off of Kentucky being 8-9 in SEC play last year, we are once again picked to win the SEC, which I think we have a shot to do. But the SEC will be better than it was last year, and it's been good for years now.
Especially Alabama, that's been a transformation.
Yeah. And preseason polls mean about as much as these classes here.
But now Allen is in the game. Allen. And
Yes.
they throw it in. Kentucky Wesleyan throws it in. And Allen is going to be a big factor this year, I have a feeling. A little time he played last year, he was a major factor, and really hope he gets some time. Kentucky Wesleyan dribbles in, pump fakes, throws it across, and they get called for a travel.
I think at the least, Allen's going to be a really good role player to come in and knock some shots down, give him a spark. Yeah, he could be a big part of how good they can be.
Yeah, now Kentucky's up 23-9. We are winning the turnovers 1-5, which is a big deal. That was last year was a major deal. 3 by Allen from the corner, misses, rebounded by Ware. Ware throws it up top to Mintz. Mintz dribbling around, dribbles in, passes to Ware for a dunk.
Foul.
Gets fouled for sure.
We were going to get an alley-oop dunk. Once again, a lot of perimeter play outside the three-point line. It's okay to do some, but they really are going to have to organize that inside game.
Yeah, so Scott is says, "What's up, guys? What's going on?" And then Rick Stevenson's in the chat. Says Keon Brooks Jr. is my nephew.
Oh, good. Congrats.
If that's true. Mintz drives in. I can't talk.
Ball off his knee. Turnover.
Now, I know we've had a lot of people in this chat claiming there are certain people, and obviously I can't. It's very difficult to prove that one way or another, but I'm going to assume if someone ever did join this chat that I don't want to act like it's not them when it is. Even though there's a lot of people in this chat that I'm pretty sure it's not that person in the chat. Kentucky Wesleyan dribbles in, passes in for an easy layup.
Good move by them.
23-11. Kentucky's still up. Ty passes it out. Whoa. Shot by 4 is no good. And then now it's Kentucky Wesleyan ball again. 9:30 to go in the first half. And you can actually do the announcing now.
All right. Wesleyan puts in a 3. Kentucky's going to use their timeout. They've definitely had a little bit of a lapse. 23-14, Kentucky, for what it's worth. I would assume this game's going to end up being most likely a 30-some point win, I would guess. If Wesleyan plays tough and we don't play so well, maybe it'll be around 20. Not taking anything away from Kentucky Wesleyan. Like I said, that's where my father played. Solid, scrapping team. They're doing some things right basketball-wise here. And it's things that our talented guys sometimes forget. When you're really good, you still have to work hard. You got to do the small things. I mean, quite honestly, with Kentucky's size difference, athleticism, they shouldn't be missing many rebounds. They should absolutely dominate on the boards. They should work the ball inside for easy baskets. And that's not going to matter tonight, but there's going to be other games where this focus has to be there for us to be good.
Yeah, the score is 23-14 Kentucky right now with 9:27 to go in the first half. You answer that question. Yeah. Honestly.
No, that's fine. Kenny got his water. We're getting our voices ready.
You don't
clear the throat a little bit.
You don't have to lean in that far, but so you good? Jay can take a win second.
Well, Kentucky's got the ball. I'm going to just explain what they're doing. I'm not even going to worry about who's doing what that much. Kentucky had the ball out front, fouled on the drive a little bit, which makes Wesleyan's 4th foul of the half, getting closer to the 1-1. Now we're setting up for an out-of-bounds play. Looks like we got a little bit of a side stack going on. We're normally not known for our out-of-bounds plays. That one there was just to get the ball in.
So Wheeler has the ball at top of the key, off to Brooks, off to Allen. Allen passes it back to Wheeler. Top of the key, drives in. Oh, man. Looks like it was a foul on Sheboy. They don't call it. Goes up with it and gets an M1. Goodness.
Yeah, that was a goofy play. Only worked tonight.
Man, Sheboy he has some length down there. Goodness. And he's a West Virginia transfer, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Thank you, Bobby Huggy Bear.
And thanks for everyone in the chat right now. We got like 44 people in here. It's pretty crazy. Thanks everyone for being here, and make sure you subscribe if you're not. If you're a Kentucky fan, or if you like seeing Kentucky suffer, then you can watch these streams and probably enjoy that a lot.
It's a great time of year for sports. You got the World Series going on. You got basketball starting, and you're getting into the heat of the battle here with college football, which the Kentucky football team has been doing really well and hopes to get back on the winning track this weekend.
Free throw by Sheboy to finish the M1 he makes it. It's 26-14 Kentucky. Almost a steal goes off Kentucky back to Kentucky Wesleyan. Under 9 minutes to go in the first half. So I'm trying to read the
Gotcha.
That's why I didn't even do anything.
A little bit of a press going on here, Ken.
Yeah, they broke the press. They're dribbling it. They have it in the corner, passing it around. They are able to drive, pass, shoot, and it almost looks like a goaltending. Then out of bounds off them, Kentucky ball. And they're complaining to the ref. Nope, you're down 12, pal. It's our ball. Now, Wheeler's dribbling it up. Looks like he's going to be probably our main point guard this year. If it's not Mintz. Sheboy dribbles in with a force and puts in the bucket.
That was strong.
Kind of out of control.
Yeah, not as
He kind of lost
put
it.
together as it should have been.
He kind of lost the ball, but nonetheless, he scored.
He'll be a presence under the basket. I don't know how polished he'll be on the block, but
3 by 12 of Kentucky Wesleyan. Misses. Rebound by Wheeler. Sheboy almost freaking kills him. And then now Wheeler still has the ball off to Brooks. Little jump shot, fade shot goes
little
in.
runner.
So 30-14 Kentucky. And they are pushing it. Dribble down, pass off. And through the trees, somehow misses the shot. Now Brooks is dribbling it out.
This will definitely be a big blowout, I think, if Wesleyan tries to run with them. That's the one thing they can't do for sure.
Pass to Allen. Allen has a little, what do you even call that?
That's a mid-range little one-hander.
Floater? Yeah, a mid-range floater, one-handed floater. In Kentucky, Kentucky Wesleyan calls a timeout. It's 32-14 Kentucky. 7:42 to go in the first half.
Yeah, you were looking at that was, I believe, like an 8-0 run. There's Kentucky's flexing a little bit. They called a timeout, and then they went on an 8-0 run like that. I think all 8 points were scored within a minute. That's they call it Spurtability. I would think this team is going to have the capabilities to have some of that this year. Last year we were kind of undermanned a little bit. I know we had some talent. The chemistry was missing. This team will be deeper, talented, and luckily for us, going to have some experience, which really helps.
Yeah, so we got baseball insights in the chat. Said score, question mark. I think I just said it. It was 32-14. I don't know if you were in here when I said that. What's going on so far in the game? Kentucky is pretty dominant. I mean, they're not playing this team is not close to our level, even at this point. We should be beating this team. Should be blowing them out in the regular season. But I think Sean's in the chat. How you doing? What's up? It's been a minute. And then the horror guy, hey guys, I'm back. Glad you're back. Hope the pizza was good. But I think Kentucky, from this game so far, it looks like Kentucky should be able to really dominate people in the fast break. That seems like a point we've kind of been killing them in that way this game. I think that could be a big point this year.
The one thing we don't lack is obviously, again, talent. I mean, look at all the different things they have with their reach, their abilities to play defense, which is really hard for the other teams. Because of Kentucky's reach, length, athleticism, to jump, to move. If they buy into playing defense, and I think, like I said, this team has the capabilities to be better offensively, it can be a really good team.
Yeah, so another chat, I think we should have a sign hanging here that says we can't stream the game. Because we cannot stream the game because we will get taken down. There's obviously... What?
When can we stream the game?
You can't stream games because it's... Okay, I am not to... Like, for games, these channels get these games, and then they play their advertisement on it, so... Theoretically... No, okay, the ratings is still essential for the channel. So if you ever stream any game, YouTube, it's getting easier and easier to find channels that are doing this and take down the channel. Sometimes they just take it right down. At the very least, it'd be a strike, and we wouldn't be able to stream for another month. But that's the very least, and that's not ideal for a channel. So we try to update you as much as we can. Hopefully you enjoy our funny reactions to certain things, and then keep you updated if you can't watch the game. But it is on SEC Network if you want to watch it. I think, yeah, so 3-point field goals were 3 for 12, which is way too early to get into any of those. I mean,
and that's not good. To me, shot too many. They're going to get away with it tonight.
That's not a gauge.
But they need to be shooting 35 to 40% from three to be good.
Got a full court press going. It's causing some confusion here. They barely get it overtime. Wow, did they get it overtime?
That's close.
It was. I saw a 20 on the shot clock when they caught that ball at half court. But Kentucky Wesleyan
playing man to man here.
Dribbling it around. We're playing pretty good defense here. They pass it inside. Crazy shot at the buzzer, and it's a shot clock violation.
Got rushed to a good defense by Kentucky there to get him in a bad position. Now we got a new guy named Grady.
Yeah, I noticed him in there before. Grady is in the game. That I'm actually pretty sure someone's asked about him. No, I think Kellen Grady. No, Kellen Grady started. He was in the starting lineup. He passes out to Brooks for a corner for another three. It goes in, and we need Brooks to go off like that. He showed he could do that a couple years ago in that Florida game. He came back and won. Still got the full court pressure. And I do not have my chart of names. I swear that helps so much right now. I think Ty, yep, is guarding at the top. 35-14 Kentucky. 6:30 to go in the first half. Kentucky Wesleyan dribbling around. I think I've said dribbling around so many times. Long three, breaks off the backboard, almost goes out of bounds, and they get the ball back. And they pass it out. Long three again, goes in. Second chance points. That cannot happen this year. So now it's 35-17. And Brooks has it at the top out to Wheeler. Brooks surveying, pointing down low for, I think, Sheba to get open. And 14 on the shot clock. Out to Ty, and Sheba gets called for a foul.
He's going to get a lot of those fouls just because he's that big. That really wasn't a foul.
And they should still call flops. Oh my god!
The guy's flopping, which is one of the worst things going.
They have to call flop calls. So basically, this freaking skinny skeleton down there is too afraid of Sheba, so he flops. So it's a call. Then they go down and automatically make it 2. Now, if this is a regular season, I'd be really mad right now, but it's preseason, so. It's 35-19, Kentucky. Brooks passes out to Mintz. Mintz drives in, gets fouled, and they call it. Thank you.
16 foul for Wesleyan, so the next foul on Kentucky Wesleyan will put us in the 1-1.
5:43 to go. Sheba, it's kind of like the Randall, like Randall or... There's bigger guys down there. They just do not. They get so screwed on fouls. Brooks has it off to Kellen Grady, I believe. Out to Ware, who just came in the game. I'm pretty sure he just came in. Mintz has it. Passes it back to Ware. Come on, make a move. Ware posts up and gets stolen from. And now Wesleyan sets up for a 3. Pump fakes, dribbles in. Passes off. We get juked out of our shoes. Ball's around. Now Brooks is pushing it with Mintz. Kicks off his foot and goes out of bounds because Brooks dribbled it off his leg or foot or something. That was not a good play. 5 minutes to go. Kentucky's still up 35-19. And Calipari just said, "What are you doing?" to Brooks, which is a good statement because Brooks just dribbled off his foot. But we do have Jimmy Dykes announcing tonight, which is just great.
Yeah, speak later, not listening to that.
But okay, missed by Wesleyan, rebounded by Ware off to Ty, then off back to Ty at the top of the key. They flop and get a charge call. And that is just something I hate about basketball.
There's another thing. I think we scored 8 points in like a minute, and now we've scored 3 in the last 3 to 4 minutes. So that's not what we're looking for.
And someone said in the chat, "You guys getting in trouble is a sacrifice I'm willing to make." Yeah, thank you. That's a good comment. Yeah, if we had a separate channel, maybe we could stream the game. Horror Guy, y'all like my new name on YouTube. It's a great name. Horror Guy. Hey, that's a good one.
I like it. Especially at Halloween.
23 dribbles in, and they call it charge again. They call it charge again, even though we literally went around him. Who's 23? God dang it. Hopkins. Let's see this replay here. They just called a charge on Hopkins.
He's moving.
He slams his head down like a flipping idiot. What in the world is happening? Once again, the coverage is terrible this game. 4 minutes to go. Kentucky Wesleyan's just flopping like fools and getting all the calls. And they dribble in. We're getting pump faked out of our shoes, guys. And they get an and one. Oh my god. 35-21. Kentucky still up 14 points with 4 minutes to go in the first half. We cannot get pump faked that many times. I've never seen any people get pump faked in one single play though. Give me a record.
It was almost artistic there for a second. We rehearsed that one.
So Kentucky Wesleyan's at the line for one after this and one. Just complimenting our defense, but then our defense just got exposed there. Obviously it's preseason, so it's a lot of time. They make their free throw and we're up 13, 35-22. For anyone that's just joining, this is still preseason, not the regular season. First game's against Duke in a little bit, and it'll be a tough one. It looks like a shot by, is rebounded by Sheboy and put up. Goodness, how did they not call that? That was really bad.
I think he actually, he kind of reached over him, but Kentucky's not playing well here lately.
Air ball by Kentucky Wesleyan's rebounded somehow, and they put it up. Oh, it's blocked by Mintz.
We'll probably get a lot of blocks this year, especially games like this.
Mintz blocks it, alley-oop to 4, and
nice
it's slammed
alley-oop.
in.
Nice alley-oop.
Is slammed in for a great bucket. 39-22 Kentucky. Kentucky Wesleyan dribbling and pump fake. We get pump faked again. Their shot misses. They get the rebound. We get on the ground. We're hustling. They pass it out to the 3 line. 3 from the corners. Misses. Wait, what? And they call foul on Kentucky there? Because we boxed out? Yeah, Mintz gets a block and then an alley-oop. That's a great possession by him.
39-22. Last TV timeout of the first half. 3:10 to go in the first half.
And Baker will start Sunday against the Steelers. Good or bad? So, Horror Guy said, how have y'all been? Good. Saw Halloween Kills, a great movie. I love it. Yeah, I agree. You haven't seen it, but I really like that movie. You can check out our review on Movie Mania if you haven't checked that out.
Yeah.
And it's a sports channel, but you might see it at some point.
I will. A lot of Halloween movies. I've heard this one's decent, but we did see Antlers last night as well, and that was actually better than I thought. You guys can watch it for yourself, but decent. Decent movie.
Curtis says, you guys are terrible. Don't know any of the UK players' names. Worst description of the game I've ever heard. I can't watch it anymore. Hey, thanks for the view and watch time. We'll see you later, dude.
Thanks, man.
So, I think, what's your biggest takeaway from this team so far in the first, 17 minutes of this game? What do you think is like the biggest takeaway?
Bottom line is, we need to be more up to speed on the team's names. We do know some guys from last year. It's getting to that time of the year to really dig into that. I know Jake is going to be the most up to speed once he gets back here to know what's going on. I know Kenny does as well. That's kind of Jake's color guy. Right now, I like what I see as far as our talent, our depth, and the possibilities for this team. Again, coming off last year, that was a really subpar year for us. Usually we're in it every year. We're vouching to at least chase championships. We know we have not won enough since Cal's been there. But as far as championships go, we've done a lot of winning. But I think this team is going to be good, like I said before. And tonight is really hard to judge anything because this team is just like a practice. And so Kentucky, how they'll play tonight, and then what they'll show up and play against Duke, first regular season game will be completely different, or a lot different, energy-wise. And these guys will obviously be jacked up for that game against Duke.
Yeah, and so, wait, what does that even mean? It's they're showing a graphic on the screen that said experience, minutes, and points. It said we have 13,000 minutes of experience, I guess.
I just saw something too. Yeah, we've got a lot more experience back. Now, Brad Calipari, is he helping us this year? I see him on the bench.
Wait, Brad Calipari's over there?
And I believe I did remember that he may be an assistant coach for us this year.
That's okay. Well, Kentucky Wesleyan's at the line for one. It's still 39-22 Kentucky. First shot is up because there are two shots. It's 39-23 Kentucky is up 16 points with 3 minutes to go in the first half. They're up for another shot here. Second shot by Kentucky Wesleyan is up and good. So 39-24 Kentucky is still up 15 with 3 minutes to go. And now Kentucky has it. Hopefully it can get some more looks to Sheboy down low. I honestly hope we can do that.
Well, the bottom line is just keep moving the ball. Looks
Sheboy
like they've
has
got a
it.
pretty good spread to the offense. They're moving it.
Out to Mintz for a three is good.
It's good.
So a three by Mintz gets us to 42. Is 42-24, and kind of extending this lead a little bit. We should be blowing out this team, to be honest, even in the preseason.
No, we should. And I honestly, Kentucky should be scoring 50 points a half at least. This is a game you might want to push like 110.
It's not even November though. I mean, like 2-pointer by Kentucky Wesleyan's good. So it's 42-26. But we dribble in 4 for Kentucky. Oh my gosh, it's got to be a travel. Or is it a hook?
Yeah, I don't like that call.
Is it a hook?
That's what they're saying.
It did look like a hook. Yeah, hook call on 4, I believe, is Hopkins for Kentucky. I believe that's 4. Yeah, I think he walked.
I thought he walked.
He walked and he hooked. I mean, that's actually Collins with his 2 fouls. Walked and hooked. I think they called an offensive foul. I think that's what they called, but they could have called a couple different things there, to be completely honest. So 42-26 Kentucky with 2 minutes to go in the first half. Pass inside. Oh, that's a push-off. 2 obviously pushes off, misses. Their whole team's on the ground.
Got the numbers here.
Where charges.
Come on, is there anything?
Well, that's just not true, though, Jimmy, because they're just laying on the ground.
Jimmy Dykes is one of the worst announcers that I've ever heard.
Okay, Jimmy just said they were outrunning us on the fast break, and they had 2 guys
set up
on.
for a few charges that some are not charges.
No, they said they outran us, but they had 2 guys on the floor on the right side.
And quite honestly,
How are we
Kentucky
outrunning
has
someone on the floor?
9 turnovers. That's way too high.
Wow.
I
We
mean,
must have had 8
I'm
in the
telling you,
last
if you're
5
going to be
minutes.
good, you've got to be below 10 turnovers. Really good teams are below 5 per game. And last year we ran into that problem. We had 20-plus turnovers, which is disaster. And this team right now, and I expect
Steal by
early.
Mintz.
That's fine. We play at a high pace. It can get a little
Lob
sloppy.
to Brooks for a slam.
But we need to be a lot better than we are. And obviously, again, it's before Halloween.
So Mintz just got a steal and a lob, which is really freaking good. They push off on offense again. They don't call it, and they get a lucky bucket. Wow. I mean, you can't go like that on offense. Mintz pulls up for a 2-pointer, drains it right in that guy's face.
Yeah, nice jump
Great
shot, but that was really bad offense to me. We'll get away with this tonight, but just running up and down the floor, shooting shots, this is...
Kentucky Wesleyan dribbles in really quick. 46-30, Kentucky's up 16 with 44 seconds to go. Get a quick another shot up, misses, and they get the ball. So there's 38 seconds. They're going to hold out. There'll be a 10-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock.
We should get back.
So we should get the last shot before the half. But yeah, kind of sloppy towards the end of this first half. We'll go into it more at halftime. But
Can you get some comments here in a minute? And also a little precursor. We got 20 seconds to go.
oh, steal by Kentucky. 17
Pass
seconds.
up for a dunk here.
Pass up to Brooks, who misses it, but then 31 puts it back in. I believe that's Collins.
I think Brooks got fouled, I would hope.
10 seconds to go. Kentucky Wesleyan's dribbling it up. Crazy. You can't do a 5-step Euro. Goes out of bounds off us?
That was a crap call.
Just 3.9 seconds to go in the first half. And they have a
Let me
pass out of
squeeze
bounds
this
here.
in.
It's
Everybody
about
think
3
about
seconds.
what their favorite Halloween candy is. We may go over, see what kind of...
Oh,
things we can
almost
put
stole
together
it.
for that at halftime.
There's 1 second. They throw up a 3. Air balls. And Kentucky will go up at half. 48-30. 18 points in half. And really sloppy into it.
Yeah, I mean, again, it's exciting. It's positive to see a lot of what we can be. We're missing some guys even on top of what you've seen. but it's going to take time to get their overall chemistry down, figure out what units work best. But a lot of promise here, a lot of depth, and it's nice to know because we'll have some injuries here and there, and we can get past that. So up 18 against Kentucky Wesleyan, probably should be better, but for right now, it really doesn't matter. And I think again, this is going to be a good basketball team.
So Clint says, terrible. I'm 10,000 miles away and it's near 3 a.m. and you guys are my best option to have any idea what's going on with the game. Thanks, guys. Hey, glad we could help. We'll try to announce it the best we can, even though I'm obviously struggling with the names. But this is a little practice for the real season, I guess. Sean says you guys are great. Keep it up. Appreciate it.
Thanks, Sean.
Horror guy, I miss y'all live streams. I'm glad to be back. Absolutely.
Thank you.
JBA is in the chat. Go Big Blue. How's it going so far? Can't hear until this last game ends. Almost done. So Jake will be here soon. And then Horror guy says, love my cats. Yeah. Oh, okay. They were showing about again.
All right.
But I guess the end of that half was kind of, we were playing really good. It's too early to really decide anything. We had one turnover with like in the first 12, 14 minutes, and I think we had like 9 turnovers in that last 5 minutes.
Yeah,
really sloppy.
My take is, again, this team, they're very athletic. They're able to run up and down the floor. Now, what that creates is craziness, which will get a lot of turnovers, but it's also creating turnovers for us. So we've got to learn the happy medium of our strengths. To me, are going to be to press. We have depth in numbers. We have talent, so we can press people. We have length. We should be able to dominate in all kinds of different categories in the games with a lot of teams. And so I say keep doing that, but you've got to clean it up enough to where you're playing at the pace that works best for you. And it's going to be fast this year, for sure, which I enjoy. Let's try to score as many points as we can, but you can never forget about playing defense. Has got to be there for championship teams. And then again, to limit your turnovers, I think is huge.
Yeah, last year was a big point of emphasis about the turnovers. It was so bad in some of those games.
Yeah.
A lot was going wrong in the games last year, but turnovers was something that would just kill us. And the other thing, I don't know if you just mentioned this, but because I was kind of reading these headlines, but the scoring droughts, how bad some of those games were last year. I know people, Kentucky fans, you remember those because there were certain games where we would have a close lead, or we'd be down just by a little bit, or we'd have a lead, and then we just would not score. Like an entire half, we would just disappear, not get shots off in general some possessions, and then we would just not. We would have major scoring droughts, and that's the most frustrating thing is when you're scoring so well, you play really good in the first half, and I feel like we didn't really play complete games too, because we would play really good in one half, then just majorly mess up in the next half, or switch it. Play really bad, really good, and it's not enough for the point.
Well, I think that just goes into volumes about our chemistry, consistency, and there's a lot of things wrong last year. Their talent could not overcome those things. You can be not that talented and yet have chemistry and hard work and defense and be good. And so if we throw in the things we can control, I think all that other stuff will take care of itself, and we will have a very successful season. And like Kenny was saying, finding consistency starts in practice, and then obviously finding go-to players that when you are hitting those droughts, you can go to somebody in particular to get a basket. And if we, when you're struggling to score points, especially from the outside, that's when you really got to hunker down and get it into the post to a bigger player like we have, and get a quick 2. Go to the free throw line, knock down a couple free throws. Those are the things that stem being in droughts, and that's what we didn't do as well last year.
Yeah, I think, there's a lot of new players. I kind of had a list here of who we started was Wheeler, Washington, Brooks, Grady, and Sheboy. But, initially, if I were to give my starting 5, just based off what I knew before this game, I'd say my starting 5 would be Mintz, Brooks, Sheboy, probably Ware. Actually, I would have said Toppin, except he's injured. And then I'm trying to fill in the other blanks because all the new players, Sheboy is the only one I heard of. I remember seeing so many videos about him in West Virginia. I remember people saying he's like Zion 2.0. And so I heard people saying that about him. And so that's why I automatically said he was in the starting 5. But do you have an idea who you have in the starting 5?
I really don't. I honestly, I'm reaching more towards these guys are going to have this down. I mean, I'm from the days when guys stayed in school for 3 and 4 years, 4 years, a lot of them. So you really got to know your players. I love our basketball team. I love our players, regardless if they stay 1 year or four. But you really do become more familiar with them. But I wouldn't say I got a set starting five. I'd say Minx is definitely one that's in it. Mintz. The big guy from West Virginia, quite honestly, I like him a lot. But after watching him tonight, he's not as athletic as some of the other big guys we have. So he could definitely, he's going to be a big part of our year. But will he stay a starter? I don't know about that. Maybe he does. But I see a lot of big guys out there that have a lot more athletic ability and probably look like they can do more than he can. So they're going to be sharing a lot of time. Guys got to fill these roles. Allen, like I said to me, he's going to be a guy off the bench. He buys into that. But you've got a lot of guys fighting for starting positions right now.
And that's the thing I've kind of noticed. We have, 12 starters,
I think
possibly?
we are 12 deep at least.
Which is kind of, I don't know if that's a problem. I mean, it's a good problem to have, I guess, when you have a lot of guys. But
I won't say that, like a few years ago, people will remember the team that he played 10 players. He played 5 and 5. If you guys remember that team, I think that team.
Platoon?
Yeah, 38-0. Got to that point, and what happened was, and after being 38-0, we ran into a game where, quite honestly, don't know if we had the best 5 in there at the right times to, get past our, Final Four game, which would have been great to end that year where it should have been 40-0. But that was a great team, and they went 5 and 5, and it worked all year for the most part. We probably could have been better to limit it down to 6 to 8 players, but that worked. This team, to me, right now, you don't have a 5-5 deal. But I do think he's going to play 10 players at least, if not a little bit more, for a while, just to see what we've got.
Now you wonder, I mean, here, let me get to some comments first, and I'll get into what I think about the amount of players we have. Mark Mann said, don't look now, but UK just picked up a 4-star wide receiver and is now 16th overall in recruiting rankings for next year.
Yeah, let me add that in. Football has done really well this year. I've said from the beginning, I think Stoops has done a great job at Kentucky since he's been there. They're really doing well this year. They've got a tough game Saturday night for them to stay on top of what they're doing. They're 6-1.
Who they playing?
They play at Mississippi State tomorrow night, Saturday night at 7:00. If they win that game to go 7-1, I mean, look out. They honestly could run the table to be 11-1. So we'll see. And most likely Georgia's not going to lose, so it's a tough year to be that good and not make the SEC championship. But who knows? Anything can happen.
Well, if Kentucky only loses to Georgia, they should definitely, and they went out, I don't see how they wouldn't be over UC.
I would assume football's going to lose at least one more. I hope they don't, but it's possible to lose one more. And it's still being 10-2, great season, especially for our football team. But I think they have a shot to go 11-1 if they can win Saturday night at Mississippi State.
Yeah. So, lady bass player, hey guys, what's going on? Very loyal fan of the channel. Isaiah Tolliver said, did the game start? It is halftime. It is 48-30 Kentucky in halftime right now against Kentucky Wesleyan. I don't know why I just said that again. What's the score? It is 48-30 and a half right now. I mean, 48, obviously scoring 48 and a half is really good. Letting them score 30 is questionable, but it's still preseason. And then Horror Guy said, I forget last season. I never want to watch the season again. Yeah, there's not many games I want to watch again. Yeah, other than maybe a couple, but...
Yeah, that was a nightmare season.
Yeah, I mean, we went from one of the possibly best Kentucky teams ever. Okay, maybe not one of the best.
No, but...
I think one of the... I mean, we were going to be probably like a 2 seed in the tournament.
Yeah, we missed out on some good
COVID, come back, and we were like out of the tournament, out of the NIT, everything, obviously.
Last year was bad.
But yeah, like you said, trying to forget about it. Mark Man, Kentucky should be in a New Year's 6 if they went out.
I would agree with that. No doubt about it. Your only loss is to Georgia. Absolutely. And how neat would it be if UC were to get knocked off here, or quite honestly, even if they make it, somebody, I don't know that UC qualifies to be in the playoff with their schedule, but I'd love to see UK and UC play, with a nice local flavor here, at least for us. That'd be fun to watch.
Yeah, the thing is, it's kind of like last year with the Georgia UC game. Is something with college football. I know this is a Kentucky basketball channel or live chat, but honestly, talking about any sports. The thing is about bowl games is it's kind of bowl games in the past. There used to be just be the championship and bowl games, and that's when I feel like teams really went all out to play in those games. And unfortunately, there's a lot of teams that have people opting out, and teams aren't really fully going into those bowls. But I really hope that if Kentucky and UC do meet, I really hope it's their best team. No one opts out, and it's an all-out game. Like that'd be my worst. That'd be like the worst case scenario is if they get there, then they have a bunch of people opting out. Kentucky UC, if that game were to happen,
I don't think anybody from
if
Scotland
anyone's
opted
opting out, and that's the stuff that like UC versus Georgia last year, there were so many people opting out, not only from Georgia but and UC.
Yes.
Florida player opts out of a certain game, so I hope the bowl game will be as glorious as it possibly can. Then Horror Guy said, I hope we beat Duke this season. Coach K is going down in his last season. I hope we just beat him. Yeah, that is a big point. What date is that Kentucky Duke game? It's like less than 2 weeks. Is it not next
I think it's
Friday?
November 9th is the Duke game. This is Coach K's last year.
Yeah, he just stated that.
All due respect to Coach K, I respect him as a good coach. I know they have a good program. I don't like them as far as basketball things go, and I hope we beat them and send Coach K off with a big L.
So not next Tuesday, but the Tuesday after that is that game. And like Horror Guy just said, he says he hopes we beat Duke and
that's a
take Coach K down.
9:30 game too. So prepare yourself for a late night.
And I have no idea who Duke has.
They'll be good.
I mean, they're usually always good.
I do wonder though. I mean, they're going to be good. They have enough talent as is, but with Coach K announcing his retirement, would maybe affect some recruiting.
Yeah, so it is halftime right now. Anyone that's joining the game, the stream right now, it's halftime. Kentucky's up 48-30, and Kentucky was looking really good. It's a preseason game, so you can only do so much, but very sloppy end of the game.
Yeah.
But who would you say, like position-wise, who do you see right now being like the point guard, best shooter, and best like big man at this point? I can give you names.
Best big man, there's a few swinging out there. I think Ware's going to be much improved. I don't think he's going to be the best we've got, but I do like what I see so far. The big guy from West Virginia, he's going to be a presence in there. I am a little concerned about his overall athletic ability because you got to be envisioning our team against more talent, again, the SEC and other places. But he'll be a factor. He will do well. I think Manx is going to be, one of our best shooting guards. Brooks, I expect a big year from. I think he's going to be a really good swing player. Prepping for, he's probably headed to the NBA next year if this year goes like it should. Point guard wise, I think the little guy I was watching out there, is it Wheeler? He looks like he's a candidate to be our point guard, but I got a feeling there's going to be somebody else sharing that role with him. And quite honestly, I'm not seeing a couple of guys out there that I think are going to be a big presence. Toppin's one of them, but there was another guy, I thought a transfer from Iowa, that was supposed to be.
Maybe that's who we're asking about.
Okay, that's the guy I'm thinking will be able to definitely light it up from three and really make, fill in as a really good role player. And then Allen to me. See, coaching wise, I love role players. I love that you have these great players, these staples that are starting and playing most of your minutes. But I'm telling you, Allen is one of those keys. The guy from Iowa, if he shoots that well, that's a huge key. You've got to have these role players mix in with your starters, wherever that may be, and be ready to make their additions. And it may be more in one game than another. But role players are always the key, and if this team, if they're going to be as good as they should be, to have a chance to win championships, do well, it's going to take a lot of chemistry amongst teammates, no selfish play. Scoring-wise, I think this is a team that's going to have high scores in different places a lot. And I don't know. I think another question, after you answer your side, for me is like, who's going to be the go-to guy?
Well, no, that's a good question. I think point guard wise, I don't see Mintz as being our main point guard. He can, but I just don't think that's where his biggest strength is going to be. I really am impressed by Wheeler, though, controlling the ball. I think he's going to be a really good point guard. I can say pretty definitively that he's going to be our point guard from that position. Shooting